no escaping it. Mondays are time for more Joshiraku, and no matter how much we protest, the puns will keep coming. The wordplays, no matter how well executed, are always there. But this is also just a bit of a character drama. For one or two of them. The backlash for their actions almost instantaneous. It is fun to see, so I'm not going to waste any more time because I really have no idea what this is going to be. Joshiraku isn't really a story or a show that is well lauded on visuals or intensive plot, but that's what makes it unpredictable. And it's in that unpredictability that we get some true madness. So, get a drink so that we can see it. And I wonder how much disappointment is going to be brokered in this episode. How much they're going to live up to their tropes. I wonder if we'll get more kind of side characters and the like just appear to cause some issues for one episode and then never be seen again. Much like the Exorcist bit, I can't remember his name. The one from, was it May? The May Blues dude. Or even the ex-president of, or Prime Minister of Japan, up in space. Although some of them deserve to be one-time only kind of cameos. It might be a little crowded in Antarctica. Fucking hell. Do children really care about coming to shows like that? They should be out doing something fun, like seeing their shows. We saw the last one being Disney. Kigu. Gig. Ah. They're now just trying the hardest possible to to extend these wordplays as far as possible. With every show, you get a toy. And why exactly do you want to attract kids to these type of shows? Well, maybe getting more people into the art form itself. Gacha system. Some whales. She has the right idea there. Huh? She's speaking for all children everywhere or herself? Also, I wasn't expecting the... Oh, God. I'm sure there are. I know some of those... It circles all the way down. We've got fractals going on. That was just an excuse to have some snacks, wasn't it? But also, I think they have completely lost the plot. A true villain in the making. There you go. The only one to not be like, oh, we need to change everything we do and need to do circles. Oh, God. Some things are best left unseen. I mean, it definitely would attract some sort of audience. I mean, has Joshiraku really done anything to dissuade its image from being the ass-flashing anime? The fact that her... Please explain the connection. Actually, don't explain the connection. I'd prefer not to know. I don't think they need to go to such drastic lengths. Also, in what way is this legal? There's nothing we can do. So, sacrifice herself for the greater good. Finally, someone standing their ground and not trying to get to... I mean, abuse definitely, but... Huh. Uncivilized brutes. Schmass. It was for her own safety. Actually, maybe for the best, yeah. She's got such a promising life now out in the open sea. But why a ship... I see, that's why she was taken. Excuse me? Those damned foreigners. What? Somehow it's somehow it's going to go back to the British, isn't it? Those bastards. She has a good outlook. When the dregs of humanity get too much to bear. Although, what's her favourite part of the... Are they? And personally, I don't know quite what the distinction would be, but sanctuaries are better than zoos. Or just they're popular, so they're getting people to see them. If there was ever anyone just jumping at the... Oh, pandas! I would expect it to be her, to be fair. Hey, you came here to see the pandas. There is other stuff. Wonderful. It's a panda! What did you really expect? They're not exactly the most acrobatic of the bears. Are you thinking of a new way to make some money? Oh God, that's the truth. I think it's time to take that advice into consideration. Delete everything off the internet. What about the pandas? That's what makes them cool. So what kind of animal is up her street then, if not the pandas? The red pandas. Standing bear. There are definitely naming conventions in creatures and whatnot which can be questionable. It would be cool to actually coming up and finding a new species and being able to name it. There'd definitely be a couple of vetoes trying to get it renamed. Yeah, maybe coming to see the animals wasn't the best decision for today. I mean, the animals really aren't that much better from people, are they? Disgust cute. Anything with spectacle in it, okay. And then once they grow, they still quite as cute. To be fair, out of all of the animals and whatnot, I mean, she didn't like being referred to as the spectacled monkeys and whatnot, so it was fair, I guess. Is it because they're unashamed? Does she like the whole matriarchal society kind of thing right there? Please don't say she enjoys that idea as well. True. I think political debates would be very different if we took after the Morats. It's transparent, yeah, it catches the air. Actually, just getting some animal facts in now. What is it? So? Is this a well-known story, or...? I don't know. I don't know these stories. Finally, what's one good? Just dead behind the eyes there? I think I know Hachiko. Was that the dog? But any good trip to the zoo, one filled with tears and disaster. Jump. Ah. Sake. I wasn't expecting the quick switch over to such a restful scene. I guess maybe they had an eventful day, needed the time off. Do they? Some of these things really don't translate over well, because I don't believe we have any idioms or the like for just almost falling asleep. Huh. And if that's actually true, without being... We could check on Wikipedia. Also, I like the... art style that you changed into, considering we were having a little history lesson as well. Straight into a good night's rest. And is this when the mantra comes along? Oh, nice. Unfortunately, is there going to be some that are missing out? Although, how are you going to split it 5 ways? 4 ways. Quick, hide it. Yeah, well, that's just how it is. Given a little bit of leeway and she's out. More snacks, more... Are they getting paid today? Now they're famous. We don't need a safe. Well, that's good. I wonder what kind of events I've missed out on due to a little bit of tiredness. She didn't even ask. Maybe she should take a little nap again. They'll be millionaires soon. Are they going to try everything in their power to get her to sleep again? Straight to the jaw. Send her out like a light. Paradise. They need to fumigate this place. Not what I would have expected to see. Why is the room now covered in fur? She's ruining their fun. Are they going to try to send her to sleep forever? The longest nap. Wait, what? Chloroform? What does this rag smell like? I mean, at least she's no makeup. She's going to be asleep for 98% of her life at this rate. The fact that she's only useful to them when she's unconscious. They have to make sure she doesn't. Prince. I mean, there's one way to get some money. Who wants to be one of five? Well, and with that, the story. What the fuck? Oh, come on. Also, what's with the temporary marriage and are they here to make the commercial? Jesus Christ. The fact that it's all also just zipping past that entire bit. So don't worry, you can work out this concept in your imagination. Do they feel at least a tiny bit sorry for what they've managed to accomplish? The existential dread seeping in. How do we know that we are real? I like that. Oh God, finally something decent. Never has this show made so much sense. But the jokes going from just surface level dumb, oh, good things happen when she's asleep, haha, what can we get her to miss out on, to actively thinking, no, life would be so much better if she was never conscious. As kind of as standard for this show, the fact that Maddie is being the butt of the jokes, the unlucky loser in all aspects, apart from maybe being the only real one at the end of it. Just extreme schizophrenia. That's what this show is. If there's ever a time to just kind of let everything go, including the creeping dread of the universe and what life may hold, and if we indeed do exist, it's when we're watching Joshiraku, because somehow, simultaneously, this show lets me see the infinite possibilities of the human spirit and mind and creativity, while also inhibiting the eternal void, and also letting me know how little I know about stories, folklore, maybe even important events. Seeing so many names being rattled off in the zoo, and I don't know that. No, don't know that. That's gone over my head. I'm going to do a little research. That is, if there isn't about 4 comments already being written out about what each of those names were. But trying to get more people interested into your hobbies, your job, into a new field that is slowly in decline is always a good idea. Any of these ideas, in order to attract children to the art form of these kind of stage shows, should be looked at with severe suspicion. Maybe the adolescents in Japan enjoy things that are vastly different to what I'm used to, but I don't believe many of those things, if any, would actually attract the younger audience to their shows. Well, maybe the Happy Meal toys. That would probably get me to go now, to be fair. Wouldn't attract just children. And I don't actually remember the last time that I went properly down to the animal sanctuary or whatnot. But I do know there was considering Britain being Britain, quite a considerable amount of variety of animals there being housed. Although flamingos, giraffes, we didn't have any polar bears and the like. Probably for a reason, but still. I do believe my favourite section of it all is the reptile house. Snakes and the like are always going to be pretty cool, so taking on everything that we got from this episode, apart from everything that I might have missed and need to catch up on with a history lesson or two, whether you have or haven't actually been to a zoo before, what would be your favourite exhibit there to go and see? And I don't know why, but I just had the idea of opening up the prisons to be some sort of human zoo. Oh, what's this one in for? Tax fraud. Ooh, keep away from that one. Come on, children, let's go see the murderers. Oh no, the petting zoo for corrupt politicians is closing in 15 minutes. Might be one way to attract some funding to an already overcrowded system. But still, there's a lot to think about. What kind of things would be the most attractive to anyone, barring the toys and new meals and the discount vouchers and the like? The idea of world domination could attract a few, I guess. Kukuru being one that would latch on to that one, and I don't really want to know what kind of world she would have. All I really know is that if anyone comes near you in some sort of naval outfit, turn and run. Because you won't like where it's ending up. Those damn foreigners. What was that joke? Jesus. I know the Japanese were somewhat suspicious of the gaijins and whatnot, but still. Okay. But yes, if you enjoyed more Joshiraku, let me know. If you want to see more, consider subscribing, because, well, even though I'm not going anywhere and it's not going anywhere, somehow I know it's going to be lost. But I'm going to need a break, a little lie down, a rest to collect my thoughts and make sure that anything I'm saying is actually coherent for a while after seeing some of that. So, I hope you can get some rest as well, and I'll see you for the next one.